Am I the asshole for leaving slash ghosting my girlfriend that was financially dependent on me without warning after discovering she cheated on me? Oh, this should be good. My girlfriend and I have been together for 7+ years, have long talked about marriage, and talked even more about future kids. She quit her job a couple of years back to pursue a medical degree. Last week, I discovered she had cheated on me with an ex boyfriend from high school. I needed to use her phone to call mine, and went, I think he meant when I unlocked her phone, it was open on a WhatsApp conversation between them. I have nothing against the guy personally, but he's going nowhere in life, and I don't understand why she'd want to be with him. That kind of sounds like a little bit of cope, but anyway, rather than sadness slash heartbreak, this actually just made me angry. Angry that I've put so much into this relationship and woman that I thought would be the mother of my future children. Angry that I've been supporting her through college, including rent, food, tuition. Just angry. So I arrange a locksmith to change the locks the next day, with landlord's permission, important, while she's at class. Pack up as much of her stuff as I can find and leave it outside. Text her of what I've done and say if she wants to get anything else I've missed to have her brother come and get it. I don't want to see or speak to her ever again. Anyway, since I did this, both my parents and hers have been relentlessly calling me. They say that what she did was wrong, but it's no reason to throw away 7+ years. And that if I kick her out, she will be forced to drop out and waste years of education. What do you guys think? Am I the asshole here? Should I swallow my pride and approach this differently? Here we go again. Boy is this one morally gray. Well, the thing is, cheating is horrible, right? Like unforgivable. Grounds to break up, leave the person, the cheatee, immediately. It breaks trust in such a deep, cutting way that it's hard to move past that, right? It's almost impossible to move past that without it rearing its head back again somewhere down the line. So bad, right? That's why people kind of give up on it. However, 7 years is a very, very long time to be with someone, especially if you're like, I don't know, in your 20s, you started the relationship in your 20s, and by the time you get through it, you're in your late 20s or maybe even 30. That's a long time. That's a long time to be with someone, to get to know someone in that level. You can think of it as like the trust is there. There was love there. There was trust there. And maybe that's when you can start thinking about maybe someone just had an oopsie, right? Maybe someone just had an oopsie and you could think about forgiving them. Or I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm thinking a little too not out of the box with this one, but 7 years is enough time to consider, or like rightfully consider, going back there, not swallowing your pride because she did the wrong thing, right? Don't swallow your pride, but just to consider things before you throw them away. So I think some points are valid, not the asshole, but some points are kind of like dicey. Alright, up next, am I the asshole for not supporting my brother's relationship with my cheating ex and not attending their wedding? Oh. I, 25 male, broke up with my ex, 24 female, 3 years ago after she cheated on me a bunch of times. Well, we got a repeat offender here. I didn't know she was cheating for a long time, but I caught her while she was out with her friends and I was out with mine. One of her friends spilled that she'd been hooking up with random guys in clubs every time she went out with them. I broke up with her that night. Good. We'd been planning to move in together and had been looking at places while she was cheating on me almost every week. It was a huge deal for me. 5 years we'd been together too, and I loved her, but I don't believe she ever loved me. My family knows what happened, and it surprised them as much as me. My brother, 26 male, had a long-time girlfriend when I was with my ex, and when we broke up. They broke up last year, and then he started dating my ex. Oh no. I didn't like it when I found out, and I told him I felt like he betrayed me. He told me to grow up, and he said he didn't owe me anything. Ooh. My sisters, 22F and 29F, are on my side and think he's shitty to date her, but the rest of the family are like, maybe she's grown and it's not great, but let's not fall out over this. I have never supported their relationship, and a few weeks before Christmas, they announced they were getting married and sent out wedding invites for March of this year. It's a backyard wedding, and my brother asked the whole family to help pull it together. I told everyone I'm not going or helping, and my sisters joined me. Good. My brother's pissed. He censored pissed, by the way. It's like P-I-S-T-R-S-E-D. Anyway, our other two brothers, 24 male and 28 male, and our parents are like, please don't do this. My brothers think I'm being shitty to the other brother and should just let it go and be happy for him. And let him get egg on his face when she cheats on him and be glad it's not me. I don't know about that. My brother told me he'd support me. I asked him how he'd like for me to find his ex and marry her. And he was like, that's different. And their breakup was different. I told him he was marrying the woman who cheated on me, and he doesn't see why that would piss me off. It's a whole thing, but I'm standing my ground, as are my sisters. The rest of the family are doing everything to change my mind. Am I the asshole? I'm going to go out on a limb and say no. But before that, before we get into it, you notice how I kind of started the first story low and just started progressively just getting more energized? It's because of how absurd this one is. 5 years, as previously stated, is not a short period of time. That's a long time. It means they were dating when he was 20 and she was 19. And at the end of the first paragraph here, he was like, I loved her, but I don't believe she ever loved me. That's the side effect of cheating that I was talking about, man. It's that broken trust. It's the broken trust. Like 5 years together, you don't go through 5 years believing that your partner never loved you. Of course you believed she loved you. It's just the trust got broken with the cheating, man. That's why it's so shitty. That's why I hate it so much. But then, 5 years, right? 5 years. Brother swoops in. 26-year-old brother, one year older than this guy, swoops in, takes your ex. That's a kind of shitty thing to do. I understand what the rest of the family is saying with like, let's not have a falling out over this, but let's be considerate with OP over here, alternate livid 3451, that he's probably pissed, right? He's the victim here, you know? Like, sure, the guy's getting married, like the brother's getting married, whoop-de-doo, pop the confetti, but he's not the victim here. It's OP. So I feel like the family members, knowing that they know what's going on, could approach this with a little bit more compassion. But anyways, that's my 2 cents. Let's move on to the next one before I run out of time here. Am I the asshole for yelling at my brother for cheating while he was finally, quote, accepting his sexuality, end quote? My brother, male 30, and me, 38 male, grew up in a very religious household. My father was all about good Christian family values, and yet, ironically, he cheated on my mom all the time, and he expected for us to accept it. I hated his guts, but my brother always tried to please him, to have his approval. When he was a teen, we shared a desktop computer, and he sometimes forgot to delete his browser history. I noticed he went too many gay support sites, so I thought he might be into guys. I never asked because A, it was his choice to tell me when he was ready, and B, I didn't care. He was my brother and I love him. Good man. I understood why he would keep it quiet though. If he came out when we were living with our father, I knew shit would hit the fan. Years passed and he didn't come out even after losing contact with our dad. This dude had some spelling issues. I thought that maybe he was just exploring his sexuality back then, or he was bi or whatever, because he got a girlfriend and married her 5 years ago. This girl, let's call her Julie, is an angel. She got along with everyone and she became fast friends with my wife, who sees her as her little sister of sorts. I owe her a lot because she was instrumental into making my wife accept she needed help after going through a terrible postpartum depression. Fast forward to this week. Julie calls us sobbing and tells us my brother is cheating on her and that his lover is a male friend of his from work. This has been going on since 3 years ago or so. I went ballistic and I called him. I told him he was doing the same thing to Julie as our father did to our mom. My brother then tells me he was struggling with accepting he was gay all this time and that I should be more understanding. He accused me then. I was so mad because he was gay and implied I was low-key discriminating him. I told him that cheating is cheating and that Julie doesn't deserve this. We haven't talked in days and I am starting to feel guilty. Maybe I should have been more tactful. I don't know. I just feel that cheating doesn't have a free pass at all. Okay. It seems like with this one, this set of Reddit stories we're getting at here, a lot of gray. We're dealing with a lot of gray area here. So I know you don't care because I'm just a narrator, but I'm a straight guy. But even I could like identify that I don't think anyone is the asshole here. Like, yes, he cheated. Okay. But we look into it deeper. Hear me out. Hear me out, please. We look into it deeper. This is parental trauma, I think. The root and cause of this is parental trauma. And maybe their father not nurturing an environment of open communication and just openness in general to hearing his son out at all. Sons out at all, because there are two of them. He didn't, I don't think he had to necessarily accept it, you know. I'm not telling the dad, like, okay, you have to accept him. You're an asshole. It's just like, because I understand how everyone's different, and for someone older, it's hard to wrap your head around things like this, especially, you know, for a father at that time, because these guys right now are like 30, 38 years old. But having that open communication there for your children to tell you things takes a lot of weight from their shoulders growing up. It takes a lot of trauma and repressed things growing up. Now, am I saying, like, should they both just blame the father? No, you cheated. You're going to have to take some responsibility and accountability for what you did, too. Because you hurt people uninvolved, like Julie. Like, Julie, your brother, too. Everyone involved you kind of hurt with the cheating. I'm just saying it's not just because he's a shitty person or anything. It's because of the trauma, I think. Should he have hurt those people by cheating? No, absolutely not. Is it deeper than that? Yes, absolutely. 1000%. All right, this next one looks like it should be good. Am I the asshole for telling my son he can't stay with me when I found out why his wife kicked him out? My daughter-in-law is pregnant with my first grandchild. Oh, we're starting off good already. She is suffering from placenta previa. Don't know if I said that right. She is on bed rest. It would be dangerous for her to have sex. So my asshole son decided that he would cheat. She found out and kicked him out of the house. He came to stay with us because, quote, she was having crazy pregnancy hormones, end quote. Every time he called her, they would fight. After a couple of days, we told him to go see if she calmed down. Her mom is staying with them, so we weren't worried about her. My wife called her to check in on her and found out the truth. I was very upset. When he got home from work, I told him he needed to get out of my house. He wasn't someone I wanted to associate with at the moment, and it would be best if he wasn't near me. My wife tried to say that I was being too hard on him. that I should just give them the chance to work things out. I can't even look at him. I don't want such a stupid boy in my house. My wife and I are still fighting about it, but I am willing to die on this hill. Here we go. This one, not so great. Surprisingly, not so great for me. I think the son messed up. The son messed up. And sounds like the son is a grown-ass man with grown-ass decisions and grown-ass responsibilities. He messed up. He should own up to this and deal with it himself. He should face the consequences of what he did, right? That's my short answer here. And like props to this dad 1000% for standing up for the his daughter-in-law. Absolutely. Good job not just blindly following your son. However, to play devil's advocate, I understand OP's wife's stance on this, because at the end of the day, it's your kid, and the instinct and want to just help them out is still there. You know, like the love is still there. It's just showing up in different ways. The mom wants to nurture the kid, take him in, you know, like take a load off, come here, take a break, think about things. The dad is more of the tough love kind, you know. He's like the traditional, you made your bed, now you have to sleep in it type of guy, which I respect. 1000% I respect. Good job on him. All right, next one. Am I the asshole for refusing to take my girlfriend back after she cheated, quote, just to see if she still had it, end quote? Ooh, here we go. I, 30 male, have been dating my girlfriend Rachel, 27 female, for 2 years. She's always been confident and charismatic, which is one of the things I loved about her. Our relationship seemed solid, good communication, lots of shared interest, and we were even talking about moving in together. A few weeks ago, Rachel admitted to me that she cheated on me during a night out with her friends. She hooked up with some guy she met at a bar. I was completely blindsided. When I asked her why she did it, she said it wasn't about me or our relationship because, quote, she wanted to see if she still had it, end quote. I told her that was a terrible excuse, and she started crying, saying it was a stupid mistake and that she regretted it immediately. She's begged me to forgive her, saying she learned her lesson and that it would never happen again. But I can't get over the fact that she was willing to risk our relationship for something so shallow. She didn't cheat because she was unhappy or because there was a problem between us. She cheated purely to stroke her ego. Now, Rachel and some of our mutual friends are calling me unforgiving, saying that, quote, everyone makes mistakes, end quote, and that I'm throwing away a great relationship over one bad choice. They say I should focus on her remorse and give her another chance. I feel like staying with her would mean betraying my own boundaries, but I'm starting to wonder if I'm being too harsh. Am I the asshole for refusing to take her back? Here we go. I don't think so. I don't think he's the asshole for refusing to take Rachel back. I don't think that's her real name. Because 2 years, not a lot of time. 2 years, you're still kind of getting to know each other. And that worked. You got to know each other. You understood that this is the type of woman that made a mistake that you just couldn't agree with. A mistake that crossed your own boundaries. A mistake that touched that non-negotiable, that very understandable non-negotiable of no cheating this early in, you know. And to the mutual friends calling him unforgiving, come on, give the guy a break. Again, not the victim here. You know, Rachel's not the victim here. And sure, everyone makes mistakes, and this is just one mistake that, you know, OP over here cannot get behind. Understandably so. So we should respect his wishes just as we respect Rachel, right? Right. All right, next one. Am I the asshole for refusing to support my wife through her diagnosis after her infidelity. My wife and I had a pretty normal marriage. No kids, both employed, and really happy together. For 99% of our relationship, we did not have any major problems. We made time for each other, so on and so forth. She recently went away with her friend for a girls' trip. The first 2 days after she came back, everything was fine. And on the third, we went to dinner with this friend and her boyfriend. Dinner went well. Came home and went to bed. Wife woke me up in the middle of the night crying, saying there was something she had to tell me. Long story short, she had cheated on me the entire trip, and her friend had cheated on her boyfriend as well. Apparently, the dinner together caused her to have an attack of conscience because she messaged my wife after I had fallen asleep, telling her that she was going to come clean to her partner, and my wife had to tell me as well, or she would. We talked, yelled, cried. I spent most of the night sick. Told me it was just a horribly stupid decision and was perfectly happy with me. Parentheses, which honestly makes it worse. Why risk a happy marriage for an affair? Close parentheses. It wasn't my fault, the usual. I've been staying at my sister's place while we figure out the divorce. Ooh. Before this went down, she had been scheduled for tests and scans for what we thought were relatively non-serious health problems. Turns out we were wrong, as I was just contacted last week by her cousin, telling me a scan revealed cancer. I got in touch with my wife and we talked. She proved her diagnosis and filled me in on some details. She was understandably terrified and begged me to come back, talk to her, hug her, give her a chance to be there with her. I told her I wished her all the best. I'm very sorry for what she's going through and know she's strong enough to make it through, but while I'd help financially from a distance, I wasn't physically going back. They, not her, have been harassing me, telling me to man up and go to her. My own friends are split 50-50. I don't want to go back. Before anyone pulls this is probably why she cheated card. No. We had a good marriage. We had a sit-down talk every month to discuss anything wrong. We were solid. She just chose to take a chance on a quick thrill, despite knowing cheating is a 100% deal breaker for me. She never even planned to tell me until her friend forced her. That's pretty bad. While I certainly don't think anyone deserves this, and I am sorry it happened to her, in my opinion, her diagnosis doesn't change our situation. I feel it'll be harder on both of us with me being there knowing I won't forgive her when it's over. It feels like prolonging the inevitable, and I feel like my obligation to her ended when she chose to betray our marriage. She has a family and friends, so she isn't alone. I care about the woman I thought I married, but I no longer love who she turned out to be. So I feel it'd be unfair to both of us for me to be there. I'm not trying to punish her. My heart just isn't in it anymore. Am I the asshole? Ooh, that's a loaded question. This one is a doozy. So, the reason why I think that is because they're married. They're married. Marriage is, I think, call me old school, but I think marriage is a big deal and has like a big sway to these kinds of things. You know what I mean? Like, boyfriend, girlfriend, sure, whatever. You're together, all right, someone cheats, leave them, dump them. But with married people, I'm more hesitant to say that because marriage is a commitment. Call me old school, but marriage is a commitment to me. And it's when you get married, that's kind of the commitment to stick through things and work through problems, big or small, you know, as the vows would say. And this is a big problem. For some people, they've gotten through things like this. For some married couples, they've gotten through things like this even stronger. However, again, OP has a very, very good point here. He's like, my heart's not in it anymore. It's unfair for the both of us for me to be there because it's gonna be miserable both for her and for him to be stuck in this situation. But also, again, right? Call me old school. The person you married, you kind of have a responsibility to them, right? Through sickness and health and all that, you're not boyfriend girlfriend anymore. You're married. You gotta be there for her through hard times. And kind gestures matter the most when they're hard to do, you know? Someone does a good thing for you, you feel great about it, right? You feel good, like thank you so much. But if someone does something nice for you and you know that it's to their detriment, or like they don't enjoy it, or like they get something bad out of it for you, it feels special, you know? That's love to me. That's love. So, call me old school. While perfectly understandable, doesn't want to be there for her, right? Divorce, cheating, horrible. Horrible. Ruined the marriage, maybe. But also, you kind of got that responsibility because you got married. You got a responsibility to be there for her, right? I'm not saying talk things through while you're being there for her, but like, try to be there for her. By the way, the people who have been harassing OP, telling him to man up and go to her, absolutely not. That's talk without the care for OP, for the husband, right? He's a victim too. You know, let's come at it with the same understanding and compassion as we came at it with the wife. It sucks for everyone, but this is where, again, being kind and doing the right thing when it's hard to do counts, because that's love and that's real care. I feel like with a lot of these recent cheating stories we've gotten into, there's a lot of gray area, right? You look on the internet, there's a bunch of people telling you get cheated on, dump his or her ass, get him out of here, you know, like get your leg back, you know, like do something in revenge, or like a lot of people saying like you deserve so and so, you deserve to do this and that. But I feel like there's not enough kindness going around for everyone. Like, yes, revenge can be cathartic and good for you and therapeutic, but also where's just all the hugging? Where's all the hugging and comforting through the rough times, doing good things, doing good deeds for everyone, thinking a little bit about the other party, consideration for both of them? I feel like we need more kindness. Revenge is nice. Revenge gets you clicks, you know, admittedly gets you clicks. But being kind, being nice, that's where the sauce is at, right? So before we end this video, you know, I hope apart from getting entertained, I hope we got a little bit of something. I hope we learned something from these stories, true or not. I think we can all agree, let's be kinder to everyone, right? Let's be kinder to each other, to ourselves too. That we deserve. Kindness we deserve. And kindness, we get back. And we get back. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.